So, how do you differentiate yourself as a life insurance agent from every other agent that's out there? There's been a lot of things tossed around. There's been a lot of different strategies that people may try to employ, but the truth of the matter is that most life insurance agents, because of the type of marketing that they do, and who they choose to help them market and the ads that they run, all look exactly the same. The only way that you're going to be able to differentiate yourself is not by your products, because everybody has the same products, right? There's not like there's some sort of only I can sell this type of thing. All of us have the same carriers. All of us understand the carriers. We understand who our target market may be. Some of you may not, but many of you do understand who your target market is. But there's this term that's been going around. It's called branded leads. And every life insurance agent that I know is hyper focused on leads, where the leads come from, and all these other things. It's why so many life insurance agents hop from lead vendor to marketing company to everything else. And I want you to stop for a second, and I really want you to think about something here. What difference has any of that made for you? If you look at it, the way that any of you have been able to be successful really hasn't come from a lead source. It's come from your tenacity. It's come from your work ethic. It comes from the things that you do and the amount of effort that you put in, which is a lot of hard work. So let's not sugarcoat this at all. It is a lot of hard work. It's continually dialing leads, continually getting rejected, continually sending out emails, continually text messaging. All of these things come into play. Now, if you have the right work ethic, but you're literally in the wrong vehicle for what it is that you want to accomplish in your life insurance business, it's just going to continue to get harder, and you're not going to be able to break that barrier, that ceiling that you've gotten to, because you can't work any harder. That's just you cannot work any harder than you're already working. So how can you flip this and make it so that you could put in the same amount of work that you're doing, even reduce the amount of work that you're doing, and get a bigger result from what you're doing? The first thing is you've got to have systems in place to handle certain things that you do every single day, these repetitive tasks that you're doing. You need to automate your emails. You need to automate your text messages. You need to automate all of your outreach. That is one thing. You've got to also make sure that if you are the person on the phone dialing, I'm going to give you a hint here. You've got to separate yourself from the outcome. There's a little tip that I learned a while back, and I wish I could remember the person's name. Someone that I interviewed earlier this year, actually. But I talked to so many different people, names get melded together. But if someone paid you $20 per dial, would you dial? If you were just going to get $20 for every single dial that you dialed, whether it was a sale or not, you just got paid $20 for picking up the phone and dialing. And every time you did that, you got paid $20. Would you do it? Of course you would. But what you don't realize is that's actually what you're doing now. You need to separate yourself from the outcome, because every single dial is getting you to someone that's going to say yes, someone that is going to book an appointment, someone that is going to buy a policy from you. You've got to look at it in those terms. And a lot of things that I've talked about on this channel in particular is really systematizing that out so you could see, and all of these things become very predictable. Really, after 30 to 60 days, you can see how many dials did I do, how many appointments did I book, how many sales did I make, how much AP did I sell, all of that. But here's the thing that's going to make this, when I say 30% to 50% easier, it comes back to what I said earlier. There's this term that's been going around called branded leads. No one has branded leads. If you're paying someone for branded leads, all they're doing is either making some sort of video or Facebook post trying to drive traffic back to you. That's not branded. The reason why it's not branded is because it's not you. The only way you can brand your leads, if you want to call it that, I'm going to take it a step further. The only way you can brand yourself and differentiate yourself from every other life insurance agent out there is for you to pick up your smartphone and create a 45 to 60-second video of why people need to book an appointment with you. We have example after example after example through our clients. When they did this, leads increased. Auto bookings increased where they didn't have to call. People just wanted to book an appointment with them. The same thing can happen with you. Now, what I want you to do, you need to learn more about literally not branded leads, but branding yourself. How do you differentiate yourself from every other life insurance agent and become a human being, not a commodity, to the people that are coming in as leads to you? How do you make yourself a brand? How do you make yourself human? How do you make yourself approachable? How do you make it so that when people put themselves in as a lead or book on your calendar, they already know, they already feel like they know who you are? There's going to be a link in the description. We have a complete system for you, the same way we have for all of our life insurance agents that work with us that have branded themselves. You don't need branded leads. You need to brand yourself. Hey, I know you just enjoyed this video, but I've got a great one for you right here. Make sure you go ahead and click it right now and get a ton more of our free information that's going to show you how to go from 0 to 100K per month.